Hi, it's Pat Gillis here, and I know you come here about the horse stuff, but this week I just indulge me. I just want to talk a little bit about some of the great kids who ride here. On Saturday, we had what we'll call a situation where we ended up being really short-staffed, and we really didn't know how we were going to get everything done because we've got a lot of lessons that start 9:30 in the morning, and we have a lot of chores to get done before the lessons start, and so we were really at a loss as what to do. And I've got this group of kids, they just rallied and they got so organized. I went really fast, got every single thing done, and not only did they get everything done, but we finished at the end of the day a half an hour earlier than we normally do on a day because they just were so efficient and so awesome. And then the next day we had like a Halloween party thing, which they completely organized themselves, like totally, completely, 100%, no input from me. Like I said, here's the venue kind of thing, you guys organize it. So they made up the signs for it. They made up they had a scavenger hunt and a costume contest, I guess you'd call it, where the kids got to decorate all the horses and they got to parade around. And then we had a broomstick race and there was food. I mean, they just did this awesome job. And these are the kids who kind of saved the day on Saturday and created this fantastic gathering on Sunday. Do you know how sometimes you hear, and I'm guilty of it too, you'll sometimes go, kids nowadays, oh my God, like what are you going to do? I'll tell you, if I should have had a little camera following those kids around this weekend and watching the way they were thinking and the way they were planning and the way they were strategizing and how hard they worked to make sure everything was okay for those horses and for the farm. It was so inspiring. Like, if you have any worries about the future, if it's populated with kids like that, we're going to be okay, because these kids were just awesome. And on the one hand, I know these are exceptional. These just as a group of exceptional kids, like they really are. But there's also something else going on, and as you might guess, I'm going to bring it back to the horses. I think there is something so phenomenal about horses and when we interact with them and how it changes people. I think I've seen it change adults too. Here's what I think. Like, they've done studies, right, where they say if when you're typing something, there's almost sort of a separation between what you're thinking and doing and what you're creating. Or maybe another analogy might be like if you text somebody or email somebody, or even if you have like a phone call, there's still something that little bit different than if you're talking face to face to somebody, right? Like there's some kind of a barrier. There's that sense that you're not as connected to that task or the result of that task or something when you have a tool or there's something in between you and that thing. I find so if you have kids who like horses, right, and who really doesn't, right? But if you have kids that like horses, what they do has an immediate effect. There is no separation between what they do and what the horse feels and the benefit to the horse. It's an immediate energy and it's a profound energy. And I just feel like the people who get involved with horses, it makes us slow down and it makes us sort of reconnect. Like, when we are in our natural environment now, there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of protection, there's a lot of, man-made things around us. But when you're with nature, it's more in your face. It's more immediate, if that's the right word. Really what it speaks to is that more often we can reconnect with nature and reconnect with something that's really real and there's no separation for us. I think that is such a healthy thing for our souls and for our minds. And I just feel like any chance you can to do that, even if it's not with horses, even if it's just going for a walk in the forest or going for a walk in a park, something, just try to reconnect. Because I do think it's important that we as a species remember kind of our essence or who we really are as human beings. We're part of all of this, right? And sometimes I think maybe it's all the technology and the world around us that can make us forget that we're part of all this. And maybe that's just this great gift that horses give us, that they remind us that we're part of all this and they remind us to stay connected to that. It's just one of those thoughts that I've had today, and I guess I'm just sort of still overwhelmed by how awesome those kids were this weekend. Anyway, if you're watching this anywhere besides at our blog, which is at ismyhorsehappy.com, go on over there, scroll down, leave me a message, let me know if you know any kids who are fantastic like that, And also let me know if you've ever found that connection, that moment where you've removed barriers between what you're doing and what you're achieving. And just let me know if you've ever sort of made that connection. There's something about it that has value, and I'm going to return to this another time when I'm more coherent about it. So I need to put my thoughts a little bit better in order. So thank you for indulging me, and remember to thank your horse. We'll talk to you next week.